This is the fastest way to learn to speak German, to get conversational in German. Speaking a language is relatively simple to be able to have conversations if you do it right. People waste years with weird things, apps, Duolingo, YouTube videos, things like that. But the reality of it is, if you learn the right sentences and more specifically the right questions and answers that cover 80, 90, 95% of all conversations, and you learn the right sentences for you, you will be able to speak pretty fluently and confidently in most situations. 80, 90, 95% of situations. It's not that complicated, right? We tend to speak about the same things, most people. Talking about ourselves, well, you get the whole list there. Your family, your work, food, city, town, your hobbies, trips, plans, things like that. And this list of 300 sentences, 300 questions, if you learn it with your own answers, so you answer all the questions with your own words and you translate them into German. If you answer all these questions, if you can answer them and you can answer them with your own words, you'll be able to have good conversations in German. It's not that complicated. All right. So, what you should do is take all these questions, answer them, at least the relevant ones. Not all of them will be relevant for you, but most of them will be useful. You answer all those with your own words in your native language, and then you translate the answers into German, and you learn the questions and the answers. You learn the questions as well, because first of all, you want to be able to understand what people are asking, but also you want to be able to ask as well. It shouldn't be just you talking about yourself. You should ask questions as well, right? And it doesn't mean that you will understand everything by doing this, but it will really help with comprehension as well if you learn the right questions and answers for conversation. Now, how do you learn them? Well, pretty simple. Once you've got the questions answered, you've got the answers in German with your own words, you create audio files with text to speech software, and you read and listen to them a lot, and you repeat them aloud a lot. And if you do this with a whole list 20 or 30 times, and you can do this pretty easily in a few days, really, because 300 questions and answers. I mean, it depends on how long your answers are, but it shouldn't take more than an hour to listen to the whole thing. Well, probably less than half an hour. Uh, so if you listen to it and read it 20 or 30 times in a week or two, you'll be able to have basic conversations, and then you just have to keep reviewing them. It's also really important to do it actively. You have to not only read and listen to them, just getting a lot of repetition is important, getting exposed to them as much as possible, but you should repeat them aloud as well, as many times as possible. So you get used to speaking German. You get used to uh, speaking in complete sentences. So then you don't struggle to form sentences when you are trying to speak in real life. And finally, you also have to train yourself to think in German, to remember those words, those sentences when you need them. And for this, you need to do translation, active recall. So you take the sentences, the questions, and the answers in English, and you try to say them in German. And then you check if you say them correctly or not. And it'll be difficult at first, but the more you do it, the faster you'll get at it, the better you'll get at it, the easier it will become. And also, the fewer mistakes you'll make, because if every time after trying you check the answers, you will get corrected all the time and you'll stop making most of the mistakes you've been making. And if you do all these things, so just a lot of reviewing of the questions and the answers, and a lot of repeating aloud and a lot of translation with them, you'll learn them pretty quickly and you'll be able to have conversations. It's as simple as that. Everything else is just noise, right? If your goal is to speak German, to have conversations, you should be doing something like this instead of uh, watching random stuff, watching videos for beginners, things like that. You can do that for months and even years and not really get anywhere. But if you focus on the things you want to be able to say and you do a lot of drilling with them, you train it like you're training for a sport or like you're playing an instrument, you're learning a skill, you train it, you can get very good at it very quickly, right? And that's basically it.